Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we take the sources you give us and really pull out the key nuggets of knowledge. And today, we're diving into something you probably think you know pretty well. But it turns out it holds some surprising layers. We're talking about Spearmint Essential Oil. We've got a stack of interesting materials here, mostly from doTERRA, their product info, blog posts, that kind of thing. So our mission, really, for you is to unpack what makes spearmint distinct, look at all its different uses, wellness, cleaning, you name it, and maybe understand some of the science they highlight.
It's a great topic. It shows how even familiar things have, a rich story behind them. And it's interesting looking through the doTERRA lens specifically. I mean, even their name, doTERRA, means gift of the earth in Latin, which kind of sets the scene, doesn't it?
Okay, right. So let's get into it. When most people hear mint, I think peppermint often comes to mind first. But spearmint, Mentha spicata, is, well, it's its own thing. These sources point there are hundreds of mint types, but spearmint is apparently one of the oldest, most popular ones. What's the big chemical difference that sets it apart?
Yeah, that's the key, really, the chemistry. Unlike peppermint, spearmint has only a tiny amount of menthol. That's what gives peppermint that really strong cooling kick. Spearmint doesn't have much of that.
Oh.
So it makes it much milder, sweeter. And that's exactly why the doTERRA materials often position it as maybe a better choice for kids or if you have sensitive skin.
Right, so the mildness is down to the chemistry. The sources talk about carvone and limon being the main active parts. How do those specific compounds give spearmint its unique effects?
Well, carvone is chemically it's a ketone, and doTERRA suggests it supports healthy nervous system function. They mention an experimental preclinical study, and we should be clear, preclinical usually means lab or animal studies, not people yet, which showed it had statistically a calming effect when things were kind of heightened or excited.
Okay.
And carvone also really adds to what they describe as spearmints, like energizing and mood-lifting properties.
And lemon.
Limon, you find that a lot in citrus oils. It's known for those uplifting benefits. And neither carvone nor limon are really big components in peppermint oil. So yeah, those two really define spearmint's profile according to these sources.
Interesting. It's not just the chemistry, though. This plant has quite a backstory, doesn't it? It's a perennial, grows, maybe knee-high to waist-high,
Yeah.
with those sort of pointy, dark green leaves and little purpley pink flowers.
It really does have a history. It's natal to parts of Asia and the Mediterranean. People have apparently liked it for thousands of years. The Romans supposedly used it to scent their baths. Imagine that.
Ah, nice. Ancient spa day.
Pretty much. Shows it's always been valued for that sweet smell and uplifting feeling. And a little bit of American history during the Revolution, mint teas got really popular because they weren't taxed by the British. Spearmint even became a cash crop in Connecticut for a while then. It's amazing how its appeal just lasts.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So building on that long history, its versatility isn't exactly new. Let's look at the uses today. Internally, it seems like digestion is a big one.
Absolutely. doTERRA really emphasizes that. Promoting digestion, helping with, occasional stomach upset. Their advice is often just add a drop or two to water and drink it. Or you can take it in one of those veggie capsules if you need some digestive ease. And of course, it's used a lot in cooking, right? Desserts, candy, marinades, even summer drinks like mojitos or mint lemonades adds flavor and you get those internal benefits they talk about.
Makes sense. And then externally, I definitely see it in toothpaste and mouthwash all the time.
You're right, yeah. Dental products are a common place for it. doTERRA highlights its mild cleansing properties and how it freshens breath. So you could, put a drop on your toothbrush before the paste or swish it with water as a mouthwash.
Okay.
And for using it on your skin, especially thinking about that mildness for kids, they always advise diluting it. Use a carrier oil, like their fractionated coconut oil, just to minimize any potential skin sensitivity.
Good tip.
Yeah, or you can even add it to, say, hand lotion for a bit of a refreshing, energizing feel.
And it seems like it's not just for personal care. These sources suggest it's a useful thing to have around the house, too.
Oh yeah, its uses are pretty broad. It has cleansing properties, so you can use it as a surface cleaner. Just add some drops to a spray bottle with water. Good for wiping down counters. They say it's especially good in kitchens and bathrooms to help get rid of odors. Leaves that clean, minty scent. You even find DIY recipes they share, like spearmint tangerine pods for your garbage disposal. So yeah, quite versatile.
Wow, okay. So with all these different uses, the actual quality and purity of the oil itself must be really important, right? How does doTERRA make sure their product actually delivers on these benefits they describe? They mention CPTG a lot.
Right. CPTG certified pure tested grade. That's a huge focus for them. They stress that purity and potency are essential for the oil to be effective. So to achieve that, doTERRA says they distill their spearmint oil only from true spearmint leaves, the Mentha spicata. And specifically, they source it from India.
India.
Yeah, grown and harvested there by native farmers who they describe as, skilled and knowledgeable. The idea is to grow it in the best possible environment to get the maximum potency as they define it.
So it's about where it's grown, how it's grown, and what happens after harvesting to maintain that quality.
Exactly. doTERRA explains that to guarantee the purity, every single batch goes through what they call the CPTG protocol. This involves a whole series of quite strict tests. They're checking the oil's purity, its chemical composition, making sure it's exactly what it should be. This whole rigorous process, they say, ensures the oils are free from any contaminants, fillers, or anything artificial that could weaken the benefits. It's a full process from the farm right to the bottle.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener? We've kind of journeyed from just a familiar herb, spearmint, to understanding a bit more about its chemistry, its history, its applications, all viewed through these doTERRA materials. We've seen how its specific makeup, that carvone and limon, gives it a milder, sweeter profile than peppermint, why that might make it good for sensitive skin, and the range of benefits highlighted, from digestion to mental clarity.
Yeah, and if you zoom out a bit, it really highlights how a company like doTERRA focuses on controlling that quality. Through their specific testing, the CPTG standard, and their sourcing choices, like getting spearmint from farmers in India, it kind of leads to a final thought, maybe. The next time you come across something seemingly simple, like spearmint maybe in your toothpaste or your tea, or even just smelling the plant, what other hidden layers are there? What history or chemistry or even global connections might you uncover if you decided to do your own little deep dive into something familiar?